So please forgive my rudeness when I do just kind of snap the video off right. I mean, if you happen to watch it to the end. When I, you know what I mean? I just shut it off without any real warning. It's just boom. I mean, kind of some, you get a little bit of an inkling, a little bit of a hint that, oh, it's about to, there it is. And oh, yeah, she did. So some of that you get. But, indicating, whoa, Palska. Why when it needed, they want to refer to and Palska, and you're still trying to make her perspective look at what, which way exactly? No, probably not. So you want her perspective to look which way for what perspective? I just want her crazy. I heard this. This sounds like old stuff. What are these ones? Couple. What's the significance? New interesting. Whoa. Ain't a whoa. Somebody spoke. La. Somebody wanted to have when. If they want to believe based. But why, when would you even, you know what I mean? Like, how would you ever actually get it unless you were actually, you know what I mean? Where do you see that happening exactly? Get to, they refer to. Simply because their fight, that no, that wasn't hers. No, that wasn't hers. And then it gets more distant. And I can't really talk about the exact moment that becomes something that I went through. And because I can't give you that exact moment, nope, they distance it like it's not hers. Right? I'm sorry, but this has been my time put in, whether you like it or not. Where's my money? What has been gained from your perspective in this moment about what? What's your agenda? What's your issue here? Oh no, whoa, and you fucking, you know, whoa. Could be perhaps. Ooh, TC. Do we have this one? Well, could have been. And if we're gonna whoa. You, there's a you right in there. I don't know. Maybe it was Tux. I loved them. They were all friggin' right. They were friggin' heaven. Sorry, way off topic. What else for that one? Oh, I knew you'd come in the hand, but there was even an answer. Whoa. This, define. Excellent question, especially since it appears for interesting question. I appreciate your ask. Well, somebody wanted to have. Let's nix. Well, too late. She said it. Not too late. They want to use old stuff, even though she's like, you don't do that shit. And a fucking in a while. We're fucking humans. Why are we doing this shit to each other? That's disgusting. It's really disgusting. I'm sorry I said it that way if you're still listening, because if that offers confusion. Some things I say might sound scary, and I apologize. It's not about that. I wish I could offer explanation for exactly what you are seeing from the situation, but they tried to make it seem as if I was some type of fucking magic person like that. Like I was going to just be able to talk to everybody in my head and go about my day and make $1 so I can pay my rent and stuff. They thought I was going to be able to do all of that. But what the fuck? I'm human. Where's my money? Jump in Georgia. A couple different. And you can know whoa. You can know whoa. Interesting. You can know whoa. And you can know whoa. In a wickedness. No, I am a fucking in a whoa, 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 whoa. In a fucking in a whoa, whoa, inch, in a fucking in a whoa, whoa, whoa. Interesting is what I was speaking. Why did I have to say that so clearly? And it can whoa, 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 into fucking in a whoa, whoa is. And why when I can, I don't even know what you would describe that as exactly. And it's come, a clusterfuck is probably, but some of that you would have asked, and you could, for the sake of, and it can, no, somebody spoke when, and a fucking, in a whoa, make it look. In a fucking, in a whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Is it really better left alone? This resurrecting memories, well. And then whoa, and it go, whoa, and it go, whoa, and a 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 whoa. Somebody's referred, calling, and why, when, how many like this. What asked to get each time it keeps. It's got to be, it's, and you're gonna whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, no, whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody wanted to have referenced. In a fucking, in a whoa, 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 whoa. I want to call it. Well, I spoke in that way that's what it looked like. Does that have anything to do with it? And it can a whoa, in a whoa, in a whoa, in a whoa. Interesting. In a whoa, 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 in a whoa. Well, somebody's speaking about. In a fucking, in a whoa. In a whoa. In a whoa. In a fucking, in a whoa. It's come a whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody's. What else to get? Excellent question. I appreciate the ask. In a fucking whoa. Somebody's curious. And they're more apt to watch 8 minutes over 25, so.